I'm going to tell you the 3 things your ex needs to know in order to come back. And this isn't a guarantee that they'll come back if they know these things, but in order to come back, they need to know these 3 things that I'm going to share with you. And they certainly aren't coming back unless they know these things. The first thing your ex needs to know is that you are strong enough to stay away. And here's why. If they don't think you're strong enough to stay away from them, then they won't think that it's possible for you to move on. They will think that they have a permanent redo with you if they want it. And so then there's no motivation for them to actually do the things they need to do to get it, because it's just easily accessible. And there's some other things that I'll talk about in just a little bit that will explain why it can even further push them away if you don't show them that you can stay away. So don't make it look like it's difficult. Don't just do no contact for a few days and then give in. Make them look at the days and realize it's been a week, it's been 2 weeks, it's been a month, it's been 2 months. Make them see that you're strong enough to stay away. And you can stay away. One day at a time. Each day is powerful and each day matters, and each day is sending them an important message whether they come back or not. You can do this. You're strong enough and they need to know it. Number 2 is that you are not beneath them. They need to know that you are not lesser, that you are not the worshiper and they are the one receiving the worship, that you are not lower in terms of attraction than them, that they are not superior to you, that they are not a goddess or god who is being worshiped and sought after by you, and they can do no wrong and treat you however they want, and they can leave and they can be unsure they want to be with you and you'll just stay around like a little puppy dog. Don't do that. You've got to show them you're stronger than that and that you are not beneath them and you don't see yourself as beneath them. This is something really important to attraction in general. If you act like you are less attractive than the other person or beneath them, in other words, you act like they're superior to you by begging, by doing all kinds of favors, they're just doing maybe a few or none, or complimenting them constantly, and yet they don't compliment you, or pursuing them, showing interest in them, showing desire in them, and they don't show it back to you. When you do these things, when you plead, when you won't stop contacting them, when you won't take no for an answer, when you can't stay away, it shows them that you're beneath them. And that's what can end or lower or significantly injure attraction, is because if you act like you're beneath them, that's what they will see. That's what they will feel. It will be as though in their mind that you are less attractive than them. And here's the problem. We don't want to be with someone who's less attractive than us. If we feel that someone is equal to us in attractiveness, then we can be with them. Or if they are higher than us, if we see them as higher or more attractive than us, then we want to be with them. But very rarely to almost never will someone want to be with someone they view as less attractive than they view themselves. And when you act like you are less attractive by pleading, crying, begging, bribing, sometimes people try to bribe their ex with gifts to try to get them to come back. When you do those things, that's not what someone who is as attractive or more attractive would do. Someone who viewed themselves and knew, not just because they're being fake and they're trying to talk big, but because they figured that, first of all, they believe that they are as attractive. Secondly, they have good reasons to think that. The person is taking care of themselves and likes what they see in the mirror. But also, and the more important part of this, is that you are willing to go your own way. You're willing to leave if they don't come back. You're not going to just hang around because you believe that you are attractive and you can get someone else if that's what you want, but that you're not going to continue to pine and hope and wait on someone who thinks they are above you. This is how you can show dignity and strength and all the things that you need to show. But don't act like someone who thinks that they can't get back together with this person just based on who they are and based on their own merit, that they have to do something special like beg or plead or give gifts. When you act that way, it looks like you don't believe enough in yourself and you feel like you have to have all these extra things that involve more pressure or that are a grand gesture or that shows them incredible love. And none of these things are bad or wrong in the right context. The context is a relationship of two equals who love each other, who pursue each other, who compliment each other, who make each other feel wanted. That's how a relationship is supposed to be. It's not supposed to be where one person thinks they're superior and they deserve all the compliments and all the affection and all the desire, but it's two people who love each other and pursue each other. That's what it's supposed to be. But when it's not that way, when it's out of balance and this person has shown you that they're not sure if they want to be with you or that they don't, it is in your best interest to show that you can walk away and that that's not acceptable. And that's a deal breaker for you, that you're not going to go after someone who doesn't want to be with you because you know you're worth more than that. And I'm not trying to appeal to the trendy thing where you say, I'm going to get what I deserve and I deserve the best and all that. I'm not saying you deserve the best. I don't know you. And if you're not a good person, then you don't deserve the best. And we all should start trying to think of ourselves as we ought to, and to know our weaknesses and to know that we're not goddesses and gods and not perfect. But that does not mean that we don't know our worth or that we put ourselves in a lower position thinking we can get them back. By acting less attractive, you will not get them back. You will just push them away. Don't ever act as though you're beneath another person. That's the least attractive thing that you can do. And you're better than that. Show them. Before I get to number 3, take a quick second and check out my emergency breakup kit. The link's in the description below, or you can go to myexbackcoach.com. It's a powerful guide to help you get your ex back. That's the emergency breakup kit. Number 3 is, even if they don't come back, you're not going to try to fix what they broke. Now, that doesn't mean that at first that you don't try to say, what do we need to work on? Let's talk about this. If they refuse and they just want to leave, that's when you show them your efforts are done. You are not going to try to fix what they broke because that's their job. As far as you know, they want to leave. They don't want to be with you anymore. And you're not going to act as though you are beneath them and as though that's acceptable, like I mentioned in the last point. But your ex needs to know that if they break up with you, that you're not going to try to rush in and be the hero to save the day and get you two back together. That in itself is actually a powerful way to get you two back together. It works a lot. It doesn't work every time, but it works a lot. But the key here is that even if they don't come back, they need to know this. If they do come back, they need to know this for many reasons, one of which is so that they won't try to use the breakup in the future to punish you, thinking you will just come back and plead and beg, put them on this throne and this pedestal, worship them, and finally get on their good side enough to make them want to be with you. Don't do that. Don't fall for that. No person deserves that kind of worship, and you don't deserve to be a worshiper. You deserve to be loved. So don't go after something that you deserve better than. If you are seeking a relationship where you're lesser, where you're beneath this person and you're worshiping, then I guess you could do that. But if that's not the relationship that you're seeking, then don't behave that way. That doesn't mean that you don't apologize. That doesn't mean that you don't say you're sorry if there's something you need to say you're sorry for. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that once you've done everything you can do and you've told them, I'll work to change, I think we're good together, I want us to be together, you have to stop. You have to know when to end your efforts because they will start hurting you. Your ex knows you want to be together with them. Your ex knows you're sorry. Your ex knows you want to change. So that's not new information for them. So you shouldn't just keep telling them over and over again. But what they should know is that you're not going to fix it. So they can't use it as a manipulation tool if you two get back together, and just for your own dignity. So they're not making fun of you to their friends. So they're not joking about some ex-boyfriend or ex-girlfriend years from now, and they talk about how much you pursued them when they dumped you. So this is for you as much as it is an effort to try to save the relationship. It's important that they know that it's their mess. They broke it. They need to fix it. The ball's in their court. If they want to talk to you, they know how to get in touch with you. Even if they've blocked you, stay away. They know how to unblock you. They know some people that you know. There's all kinds of ways they can get in touch with you. So don't justify it in your head and say, well, they might not know how to get in touch with me, so I'm going to reach out. You will be very angry with yourself afterwards. And I'm sure there's people who can comment in the comment section below and say, yes, I reached out to my ex when it was too soon and I feel really bad about it. I wish I hadn't done it. I feel like I've delayed things or hurt my chances. I know people think that because they say it all the time. So just remember, you can always reach out. I'm not saying you should, but just tell yourself that. If you're really wanting to reach out, say, I can always reach out. I can do it tomorrow if I want to. I can do it next week. But I'm going to try to get through this day and not do it. Whenever you feel that, when you feel that weakness, like you just want to talk to them so bad and you feel like if you could just talk to them, you could spark something. That is a mirage. Don't fall for that. You will not be happy with yourself. Just tell yourself, one more day. Try to get one more day. And then tomorrow, try to get another day. Take this one day at a time. Be patient with the process, but know there are things you cannot do if you want to get back together with this person, or if you simply want to do what's best for you, which is very important because you need to respect yourself and you need to know that you deserve, a relationship where someone wants to be with you just as much as you want to be with them. And if that's not what your ex is providing, you're out. You're done. That's a strong position to take, but it's one that you should. If you don't act like you are beneath your ex, your chances go up significantly of them coming to you, contacting you, and wanting to get back together. It doesn't happen every time, but it does raise your chances. If it doesn't happen, then you know that you walked away with dignity and that you did not treat this person like they were deity. At the end screen here, there's a video that you need to watch next, and it's called 5 Ways Your Ex Will Test You. This is really important if you're in no contact and you're noticing some things that your ex is doing and you're wondering what they mean. Or if you're not noticing anything at all, that can mean something too, and I talk about that. So click on that video here in the end screen. It's the next one you should watch. It makes a lot of sense after this video. This has been Coach Lee, and as always, thank you for watching.